Hi everyone, it's Jerry. This is a group of 5 puzzles, and each of them it's white to play, and it's up to you to determine the best continuation. So go ahead, pause the video, see if you can find the best play for white. Okay, the solution to puzzle 1 is to start out with rook h8, king takes is forced, and after pawn takes pawn, there's now no good solution to the threat on the rook as well as mate on h1. Black could try b takes a, and white has to be a little bit careful not to just throw the king in the corner, since rook b1 would be defending against the mate on h1, and then black would have time to meet the threat on their rook. Black would be winning. But what would be simple enough is to just take on a2. A check could be thrown in, but after king to a1, yet again, there's no good solution to these two threats, e8, h1. White is winning. Moving on to the second, white to play. Pause the video, see if you can find the best continuation. Okay, solution to puzzle 2 is to start out with the quiet queen to f6, which is setting up something that is quite devastating, namely a queen sacrifice, a double check, and then a mate. How it would work exactly? Well, let's run with d takes c. There's not really a great response for black after this silent move, queen to f6. Queen h8, king takes. Here comes now the double check. Bishop and rook are converging on the king, followed up with mate. If the king tries to run after queen to f6, this doesn't work either. You take on h5. Yet again, this is game over. Moving on to the third, white to play. Pause the video, see if you can find the best play. Okay, this is a checkmate in 5 puzzle, and it starts off with queen to d8. All of these moves are very direct. All of them come with check. The king could play to h7. Queen to g8 would be mate. Pawn takes rook. h6. King takes is forced. Queen h8. The rook blocking is forced. Queen takes rook. That's game over. A good puzzle for trying to calculate accurately, but having a close eye on these direct moves, these checking moves, might have led you to the correct solution. Moving on to the fourth, white to play. Pause the video, see if you can find the best play. Okay, the solution to this one is not to play rook to h4 right away, but rather rook to f6. And this move is one that I think everybody should think about first, because it's threatening mate on h7, h8, but it's important to recognize the potential defensive resources black has. If rook h4 right away, notice how there is a check. The queen is now there to defend. But rook to f6, keep in mind, doesn't allow the queen to give check, and it also threatens a checkmate with rook to g6. Let's just make a knight move. Here's the checkmate threat of rook takes on g6, queen takes on g6, and only then rook to h4, and that would be mate. There's not really a great response for black after rook to f6. Taking the rook allows this pawn to now control g7, and mate will come shortly on that square. And one other try is to maybe allow this rook to be defending along the second rank to meet this type of threat, where black could be in a position to block. However, after this e6 move, white doesn't do this, but rather comes over to h4 only at this point, only after first stopping the queen from potentially getting to the g7 square. You play to h4, the queen could give a check, she could also give another check, but after bishop to b1, black is now forced to give up their queen with, let's say, queen takes rook, and white is of course winning this position. So it's important to see again the defensive resource for black, not rook to h4 right away, keeping a close eye on what type of responses black would have after your first move. It's rook to f6 to begin. Okay, moving on now to the fifth and final, white to play. Pause the video, see if you can find the best play. Okay, the solution to this one, well, it's a checkmate in 3. And it starts off with first queen takes rook, king takes queen, rook check, followed by mate with the pawn. And I guess it might have been very tempting. I know when I first did this, I was looking into this move because there would then be this double check. Certainly, these are the types of variations you should be considering, the ones that are quite forceful in double check. It doesn't get too much more forceful than that, but there's not really anything more after king takes pawn there. But simply taking the rook, giving check on this back rank, and then mating with the pawn, that's game over, and that's the solution to puzzle 5. So that's all for this video. Let me know how you did in the comment section below, and feel free to check out the chess puzzles and chess tips playlist that I'll include at the end of this video if these sorts of things are of interest to you. That's all for now. Take care. Bye.